everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Good Times and Good Vibes. It's your girl DeeJay. Today, I wanted to take some time out to answer some questions so you guys can get to know your girl a little bit better. So let's dive right in. First question. What am I? What am I mixed with? Where do I come from? I basically put these 3 questions all together because they basically mean the same thing. You feel me? Because it's like, first and foremost, what am I? I'm a person. I'm a human being. What are you? And I think I do that on purpose. I'll be asking people that question because it's like, it surprises them. Because it's like, you're going to ask me, what am I? When you're the same as I am. Like, we're both people. But if you're really asking, like, what am I mixed with? I can answer that question. As far as what I'm mixed with, what I can tell you is that both of my parents are Black. There's some Native American in there. There's some possibly French and Spanish influence, but both of my parents are Black. Like, my dad's light skin, my mom is dark skin, so I just happen to come out looking like this, I know. Where do you come from? Like, I don't understand why people even ask that unless they're like asking like, oh, where are you from originally? If you're in like a state like Florida or anywhere that has like a military base, basically, I can kind of understand that. But it's like, where do I come from? My mom. How about that? I mean, my dad carried me first, but that's a whole nother story. But just like, I don't know typically if other people get this question like, where, like, unless I'm just taking it that way. That might just be me, y'all. What are my current hobbies and how did I get into them? This is quite interesting because one of my current hobbies that I've picked up in the past 5 years is yoga, or yoga Pilates, however you want to classify it. It's yoga plus Pilates together, and honestly, it's really helped center me and calm me down. I used to be a wild child, honestly. I'll have to do one of these again to get into some of my wild stories for y'all, but moving to Fort Wayne, Indiana, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and name y'all. It was a transitional period in my life where I was just angry at a lot of things, and I needed to find something that would chill me out. And okay, I'm originally Christian, and there were some things that the Bible just wasn't fulfilling for me. And so that led me to find yoga, and which led me to find Buddhism, in which like it gave me a spiritual oneness in which I carried that forward. And so I've been able to be more open with my partner, my husband, as well as boyfriends, girlfriends, the whole shebang, as well as being honest with myself to be able to love more, to be able to talk more, to be able to do so much more. Because on the inside, my yoga, and I do practice Buddhism every now, so I'm like a Christian Buddhist, if that's what you want to classify it. But I've really found a great place just by picking up yoga. And so honestly, like, I encourage it. If you have the opportunity, test it out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Hobby I have to tell y'all about. Honestly, I've been reading for pleasure since I was in middle school, maybe. So yeah, I'm a bit of a bookworm. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I love to read for pleasure. Yes, I do my occasional schoolwork, and that's a breeze for me. So, I mean, if you need me to write a paper for you, but anyways, reading for pleasure really started for me when my mom gave me the first Harry Potter book. What's that, 2004 or something like that? But yeah, I was in middle school. She gave me the first Harry Potter book, and we read it together, paragraph for paragraph, page for page, until we got to the end of the book. I absolutely loved it. My mom is big on reading. All of us read. I think only one of my siblings really don't read for pleasure, but she's a bookworm in her own right, on her own scale, you feel me? So, oh my goodness. By the time my mom got me the second Harry Potter book, I crushed her heart a little bit. I talked to her about this not too long ago, and I told her I didn't want to read it with her anymore. I got it. Like, let me read it, because I'm not gonna lie, she was reading at a slow pace and I was trying to get to it. And so she challenged me to like tell her what I read, and I loved it. And I bother my husband all the time and be like, hey, I was just reading this book. Can I tell you what I read? This last chapter was a doozy. And it just, and then, oh my God, it just went forward from that. When I got into high school, I had an English teacher, ninth grade, she thought she was introducing me to Laurel K. Hamilton. Laurel K. Hamilton is my absolute favorite author, and she makes Anita Blake vampire hunter novels. If you're into vampires, werewolves, all that other stuff like that, please take a look into it. It's amazing. I think I have, oh my God, maybe 23 of the books in the series, and I think there's like almost 30. Like, that's what I'm saying. I am a nerd to that extent. So like, I've carried on reading even into my adulthood. Like, every year I try to challenge myself to try to read all of the books in 1 year. So far I've only completed that once, but I only had like 13 books, right? Now that I hit like in the 20s, it's getting rather difficult. So, question 3. Favorite time of year? It used to be summer, and I think that's because I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. Love the summer there. I can just hop to the beach right quick, go to the mountains, and everything's peachy keen. It gets real chill at the end of the night. I loved it. I now live in Florida, and this has changed. Summer is not. I This humidity here is ridiculous, number one. Let's say that. And number two, the humidity here is ridiculous. I can't deal with it. Like, I used to love, and then my hair doesn't like it either. So let's honestly be with that. The humidity just sucks all the moisture out of your hair and just frizzes it right up. So I can't wear it straight during the summer, and that hurts my feelings. But it is what it is. I digress. But I would have to say, now that I live in Florida, it would probably be like springish, where it's like that point right after March, because it might still have a little cold front every now and again. And then maybe until like early June-ish, if that's considered spring, because I know it goes in the summer like after June, or June 22nd or something like that is like the first day of summer. But yeah, I would have to say spring, because you got your rain a little bit. It doesn't get too cold. It doesn't get too hot. You know, it's pretty decent, right? But yeah, I'd have to say that. I like my flowers. My child's name is Lavender, if you did not know. So honestly, I do like my flowers. I can't help that. So spring, yeah, summer would be next, because I'm a beach person. I love the beach. I can swim. I can surf. So honestly, going to the beach is like a second home for me. Other than that, no, winter. I would say winter sometimes, only because of the swag you get to wear during the winter. There's certain winter clothes that summer clothes just can't touch, because obviously you're wearing less clothes during the summer. But I mean, winter clothes. I'll have to do a whole nother spiel on winter clothes. So why did I move to Florida? Well, transitioning into college, I always knew that I wanted to go from one beach to the other. I'm originally from California, so you already know I have to have a beach. I grew up pretty much next to one. So, I mean, it was right there. Malibu Beach was right there. Go to the mount. Well, I'll get into that another time. Van Nuys, Lake Balboa, through there, through the mountains. Y'all already know. But eventually after college, I really moved to Florida for my husband, honestly. Of course, school hand in hand, but my college sweetheart is now my husband. We've been together for 10 years and married for 8. It was one of the best decisions I've made in my life, honestly. You've never been able to connect with a person like that at such a young age and be able to build on top of that. So Hindsight's 2020. I'm actually proud I made that decision going forward, because I mean, honestly, I don't know where I would be, and I don't know if I would be as happy as I am now. So that's pretty much why I moved to Florida. And then, I mean, we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Bounced around a little bit, still went to school, just had a good time. And then we moved back to Florida. I'll get into that another time. So, do I eat to live or do I live to eat? Very interesting question. And then when I ask people this question, they kind of, I guess, don't really understand what I'm asking. Meaning, like, do you live to try to find different foods to eat, or do you just eat to sustain, eat to just live, eat to be alive? For me, I definitely live to eat. I can go anywhere and find something new so I can have a different experience in life. Just simply for the experience. Like being epicurious, you kind of want to try different foods, not just to eat it, just to say that I've eaten it, just to have the experience and like just know it was a great experience because it was spicy. It was a great experience because it was garlicky or something like that. But each is to his own. I don't know if everyone would like to live their life that way, because that's how you end up like Andrew Zimmern and eating crickets and all that other nonsense. I don't know if I'd ever eat a cricket, so maybe I'm only epicurious to a point. Next question is family or friends? What's more important? So for me, hands down, I would have to say family. Family first. Long way, strong way. So at the end of the day, what do you have? Your family. I'm all about my family because my family is all about me. I'm the baby, so let me go ahead and put that out there. My family, and even my extended family, even my husband's family, I love them all to death. I will go to bat for each and every one of them. Some of them may annoy the ever loving shit out of me, like annoy me, and you know who you are. But I will go to bat for each and every one of them. And you know, I will say I do have a select few friends that I consider family as well, and honestly, I fuck with them long way, strong way. Now, when I say friends, I don't use friends casually, if you will. And I feel it's not one of those terms I use too loosely either. Because the definition of a friend is someone that you've developed a bond over time, and it's a mutual thing. You mutually got to be friends with somebody. And there's a difference between being a friend and being friendly, in my opinion. I'm friendly to a lot of people because you know what? I'm gonna treat you how I want to be treated. So basically, it's no sweat off of my back to be friendly to you. Because honestly, maybe you might need a friendly person that day, right? But that's just me. If people classify me as their friend, that's fantastic. As long as I'm making sure you have a nice little happy smile on your face when you see me, I'm good with that. Because honestly, I don't need that negativity in my life, so I'm gonna be a happy person towards you all day. Why? Because it's no sweat off my back, basically. But at the end of the day, like I said, with my family, I could be as nasty as I want to. Well, let me not say that because I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm a big softie. A real strong, big softie. But at the end of the day, it's my family over anything. And if you're lucky enough to be classified as family, take that to heart. Take that to heart. Alright. So last question. This is just a silly question, just to end it off, right? So if I had the opportunity to be immortal, would I take it? And you guys think about this question too. I want to see some answers. Because I know I'm not the only weird person out in America or anything like that that's thought about this. Like, if you had the opportunity to be immortal, would you choose it? It could be a superhero. It could be, are superheroes immortal? Like, this is the thing. I've had this, like, back and forth question with like tons of people, and it seems like nobody really knows if they really want the power of being immortal. Because like for me, I thought about it. I read these random books about vampires, were animals, werewolves, and stuff like that. So I was like, what would life be like if I was a vampire? And then I thought about it. One, I enjoy the beach too much during the sunlight, so that's a no. And then two, you have to drink blood to survive. That's a no. I'm sorry. Number three, everybody you love will probably die before you because you're immortal. Like, I think that trumps everything if you just go down the line, if you try to choose stuff. But being a vampire, that's an absolute no for me. Now I thought about becoming like a were animal. If I could choose, I would totally be like some golden tiger or some golden lion or something like that. But at the same time, like, do I get to choose when I can become furry? Or does that just happen because the full moon, happened to come out? I don't know. See, that's a problem for me. I don't want to rip through all my clothes like that. Some of them become cute. But I digress. Is really becoming immortal worth some of the downfalls? I don't know. I'm still contemplating it because I'm not sure. Like, being immortal has its perks. Nothing can kill you until they find your weakness. Everything that's immortal sometimes has the weakness. I don't know why. But thanks for listening, guys. Alright, thanks for tuning in to Good Times and Good Vibes. It's your girl DeeJay. I just want to let y'all know this month I have a goal. I need 500 subscribers and 500 likes. So help your girl out by comment, liking, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Peace.